Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to an off-schedule type of video. I just came back yesterday from my trip to Milan. I went to meet my blogger friends, Giulia from Glitters for Breakfast and Stefania from Nude Powder. I met Ludovica and Alessia and all of these amazing bloggers and content creators that I know online and I never met in person. Can you imagine? It was like a dream come true. I met them in person, we clicked, we're good friends, also in real life, and that's the best thing ever. I love when friendships materialize from an online friendship to actually then moving and traveling to each other and meeting each other. My heart is so full of friendship and girl talk, and it was just great. It's so hard actually to come back to a house living with a man and not being able to talk about makeup and stuff like that, but that was a great little weekend and I did some exciting shopping, so I thought I'd hop on right out of the bat and show you what I bought from Sephora. Not only I wanted to show you, because that's my usual monthly haul that will still come later on in the month of October. My October haul will come, but this is a specific one for the bits I bought at Sephora. There's some limited edition Christmas stuff that I wanted to show you right away, and it was kind of enough products for a full face, so I did a full face, and this is the final look using the products. Can you guess already what I am wearing? Can you guess? Well, you'll see right in a moment during the try-on haul. I hope you enjoy this format that is a little bit different. Sometimes I like when I have a lot of products to show them all over my face if I can. And let's jump right into it. We are here to empty this bag and use it all on my face. Let me empty it first. I'm going to start with a sample that I got, and in this little pot I have the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. Now this is an expensive one, but the girl at the stand counter of Hourglass told me that I would really like it with my oily skin, that it's an amazing base for makeup. It does not contain any silicones, but it is pore filling, smoothing, and it actually is really smoothing. Can you see it as well? I hope you can. My skin has been a little bit angry at me because I was flying, but I'm hoping this will make my base look really nice. For my foundation, I finally purchased the Dior Backstage foundation. So I first went to a Sephora a day ahead of my shopping trip and I got a sample of the shade 2WP. I got matched to the shade 2WP, so it's a warm base with a peach overtone. I'm not gonna open it from here, but since I still have some in my little sample pot, I'm gonna go from there and apply it with my sponge to my skin. I had been eyeing this foundation for a very long time. Everybody seemed to say it was so similar to the MAC Face and Body, but maybe even longer lasting and less dewy. And MAC Face and Body was breaking me out, unfortunately, and it made me look like a crazy grease ball. And I've used this foundation now maybe 2 times for 2 full days while I was in Milan, and I have to say I am very impressed, first of all, by the shade match. I'm so happy to have a foundation now that matches me, and as well with the fact that it is layerable. You can see now I have 1 layer on this side of my face, and now if I want, I can go in and layer it on further. I really like that because sometimes you want a lighter coverage, but sometimes you have things that you actually want to cover a bit more. The texture is very lightweight and liquidy, so it has indeed a similar packaging to the MAC one with a little squeezy tube. squeezy top, but it is very, very, I don't know, it stays put quite well. I have to say, you do need to set it if you have oily skin. I have to set it for sure, but unless you touch it, it will not move much. It also fades in a very, very subtle way, maybe because it has lower coverage than most of the foundations I own, but it does indeed work quite well. For example, let me show you how I layer it. I would like a little bit more coverage here where my redness comes out a little bit more. So I'm taking some foundation and layering it on. The coverage is light to, I think you can layer it to a medium coverage easily. It will cover blemishes and redness. Here a little bit on my blemishes. And it doesn't look cakey at all. I don't think people with dry skin will mind it because it's not mattifying by itself, I feel. And you might actually just like it as is without setting. Here we go, that's the base. I'm going to go in with concealer that is not new, but it's from Sephora, so I thought I'd use it. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Cannelle. I had bought this for my wedding and I still use it as a special occasion concealer, let's say. I don't want to go and use it out just for every day because I have other things that are easier to use every day and are easier, rather cheaper. But I do use this for going out, nice dinners. I brought it to Milan with me because I knew I was going to be out, I don't know, 16 hours a day around with my friends and out for dinner. And yeah, I needed something that I knew would last a long time on me. So I just brought this one with me. To set my face, I bought the Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder. Now, I have the foundation of this line that I got last year in the Sephora VAB sale in America, and I've been wanting this powder for a while. There was a very nice sale going on. There was a 20% sale going on. And since I'm not in Italy very often with the sales, which is also the case, I decided to pick it up. It is a huge tub. It has this great closure that I love because it means I'm not gonna make a mess out of my table. I'm gonna pour a little bit in the cap and apply it with my Morphe E3 brush to the center of my face. I also had a Sephora employee put this one on me the night before I went shopping. We went scouting one evening. You might have seen it on my Instagram stories. We went scouting and I had her put it on me, and I mean, I hope you can see it. The effect is so beautiful. It's really blurring. It kept me matte for quite a few hours after I had put it on, so I decided to pick it up. I'm just gonna re-pour the excess into the tub, close it. I love the closure, and the packaging is so pretty. It does have a scent similar to the foundation, but it's not as strong actually, and it doesn't linger at all. Now for the very exciting face part. This one has a story. I was quite sad because I was hoping that they would release this in Italy the weekend I was there. And we went to the Hourglass counter. We talked to the lady there. She was super nice, and she said that unfortunately she didn't know when there was coming, and that she was gonna let us know because a friend of mine is friends with her. We went into Sephora, bought a bunch of stuff, and then went out. 10 minutes later, not even, we were around the corner and we get the text. You know what? The Hourglass Unlocked and Ambient Edit Volume 4 just arrived. I have a few pieces. If you want, they're in. We were like, okay, turn around, run back at Sephora. And we managed to each snag one, two of us at least, and this is what it looked like. I already have my fingerprints on it, but it is, oh, lighting. It is a nice gold packaging with the new logo. This is the vegan logo of Hourglass. I don't know how to show you without blinding you. Can you see my setup? And these are the powders in it. This is my first Hourglass purchase. So exciting. I never knew what powder to use because I didn't know if they were suited for my skin, and the lady there again tried dim light on me and I was sold. The radiance of that powder is incredible. So my strategy from now on to use these, at least these two finishing powders, is to, as I did, foundation, mattifying powder on the center of my face where I know I get really oily, and then with a smaller brush, just because the pans are so small, go in with the first one of these finishing powders, pick some up. It actually picks a lot up. Go under my eyes and where I want to highlight. The effect of these powders, I assure you, is something that is actually very hard to I don't know, show on video and in photo. Like I didn't believe it when I saw videos on this palette, because it is definitely illuminating, but it is more of a, how to explain it, light reflection and like lit from within. When they say that these ambient lighting powders are perfect for brides, that you should absolutely believe it. I am so shocked. I never thought I would like it. Again, this is the second time I try it because I couldn't wait, and I tried it yesterday on my way back. But so far, this first shade, which is a, oh, I have to turn it upside down, finishing powder in soft light, that has been working great for me. It is not super light, so I'm not extremely light. I know for my friend it is maybe a touch too dark, she said. And then there's a little bit of a darker one, and this is in finishing light. Oh, filtered light, sorry guys. Then I'm gonna keep using this for the rest of my face too. I am taking a smaller bronzer brush than I'm used to because these pans are really tiny. Can you see how tiny this is? Like, it fits in my hand. It's small. Maybe I can show you compared to the foundation, it's the same height. So it's quite small. But I'm taking the bronzer up here and applying this to the outer perimeter of my face. And this is a luminous bronzer with a little bit of shimmer. The whole idea of Hourglass actually is to have shimmer a little bit everywhere. But again, it's not a visible glitter, it's not an eyeshadow shimmer, and the color is really nice, I think. At least it suits my skin tone very well and my undertone. And the reason why I was convinced to buy this, they say the value is so bad because you only get a fraction of what you get in a full-size powder by Hourglass. But you should check out the video by Beauty News. They did a makeup breakup with it and showed that there's 50% more product than they claim. So the value is actually all there. I don't know exactly why they claim such a low gram amount for this palette. Maybe because one of the palettes has a less dense powder so that it weighs less, and they put that one in instead of saying they did false advertisement. So maybe that is the case, but you do get more product than advertised, which is always a good thing. Another great thing is that the highlight is actually a very good one. This is one of the strobe lights. It is a metallic strobe powder in Champagne Strobe Light. And I thought, it's Hourglass, it's gonna be subtle. But look at it. Look at it. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. Very, very smooth. I love it. I'm so impressed with this palette so far. Again, it's just a first impression. I've only used it twice, but it's also the reason why I wanted to come on camera to show you guys, because I am blown away. Then one more thing, blush. I'm thinking of what I'm gonna do on my eyes, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go in with this one, which is called the Nude Glow. This is a peachy base with some golden shimmer in. And I was afraid it wouldn't show up on my skin tone, but look at it. It is very natural, beautiful undertone, and the shimmer just enhances that highlight even more. And your cheek is, you see how luminous it is. You just need to keep in mind that this might pull out some texture. If you have on your cheeks, all shimmers do. Like, there's some bad formulations that do worse, but kind of all shimmers really pull out a little bit of texture. So I can see in certain lights a little bit here, and I really don't have any bumps or anything that you can feel, but you can see a little bit of a difference in colors. Anyways, now that it is all full of fingerprints, I've shown you this. I am in love. I did my brows and eye primer off camera because I didn't buy anything for that while I was in Sephora, but I hope you're not gonna be disappointed in me. I know I just posted my anti-haul. I caved and bought the Sultry palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And the reason is, you're not ready for how pretty it is in person. I can show it to you now. You've probably seen a lot of reviews, but this is so pretty in person. Not only the packaging, which is glitter, and yes, it gets everywhere. So I was actually laughing about it, but I'm tempted to just dipping it in Mod Podge or clear top coat, nail polish top coat, something to stop the glitter from getting off of this palette. But here she is. This is what it looks like. The brush just fell off. She's not that interesting, and I feel like she's missing some mattes. There's only a few mattes that are like usable on a daily basis, but the shimmers in here are what dreams are made of. These are definitely similar shimmers to the Soft Glam palette. And I just caved. I couldn't not. Again, 20% off, and you know. I'm gonna start with the shade Fresh here and set my primer. This is a very light skin tone shade. You can see it actually works well for brightening as well. And the powderiness in this one, again, this is the second time I use it, but it's just like the Modern Renaissance, Soft Glam, no subculture issues, much easier to use, indeed, and also in that case. I am going to use Teak. That is the shade I want to use. That is the closest thing to the shade on the outside, and I saw someone else repeat it in a review of this palette, but I wish they made a shade this color. I think it was Tati. I'm gonna take this transition shade here, Birch, and put it on my transition, on my higher part of the crease. And yeah, this palette, as I was saying, I feel like I have some mattes missing to do a full gradient, because there are two lighter mattes. This one that is more yellow based, Birch, and it looks quite nice actually. It is a little bit of a different color. It's not a warm toned with red or orange in it. It's more of a yellow toned, still warm but yellow toned transition. The other transition shade is Twig right here. I feel like it is the same tone but just cooler version of Birch, but I'm gonna try to apply it and see if it actually goes darker or if it's the same. It doesn't give me extra depth or anything, it seems, though. No, it's a nice cool toned brown though. I was not thinking of doing a review or swatches video for this because it's nothing new. It's been out for now a little bit, and I think you guys have been saturated with people showing you the Sultry palette. But if I am mistaken, please let me know in the comments. If you want to see either dupes or swatches or just comparisons, let me know. I will do that gladly. Then I'm going in with a smaller brush and the shade Dystopia. It's a dark brown, and it is a beautiful dark brown, but I feel like it is a little bit too dark to go directly into after the lighter shades we already used. So for example, again, I didn't feel the need to have this and the black in there, because you have to be quite careful and blend carefully. You risk getting harsh lines by going such a jump in colors. So it's not the most user-friendly, I would say, but it is a beautiful brown. Again, I don't think you need the black if you have this one here on your eye. And now I am going to take the shade Teak and apply it. This is with a dry brush on my lid. I really like how neutral this shade is. It's not a warm toned, but it's also not very cool, I feel. So the effect of this is quite okay with a dry brush. Nothing spectacular though, and I kind of want to go in with my finger and with a wet brush because I think it's gonna look so much better. Here goes the finger. Yeah, much better. And these all blend into each other so well, which I really like. There is no problem with indeed patchiness or colors not blending into each other, or having to know color theory to make sure you're not mixing colors that will go muddy, blah blah blah, like Subculture was. Which, oh, don't get me wrong, I love Subculture and she's still in my collection and I still really love the palette, but sometimes you just want to use something easy. And then for my inner corner, I am going in with the shade Pearl, and this is one of those shades that you can't really grasp how pretty it is until you see it in person. It has so many different reflects and it's very, very sparkly. Also, this brush is not the best one. I'm gonna try with a little bit of a bigger brush and see it. Yeah, that's better. I hope you can see how reflective this is. It is also quite a white shade, but it's really pretty. I have some fallout from Teak in my inner corner here, and that was probably because I applied it with my hands. Just gonna blend it out so that it doesn't darken my inner corner too much. And apply the flesh again. I'm going in to my upper and lower lash line with a Kajal as usual. This is from Kiko. And again, this really helps with opening up the eyes. And smudging it with a little Real Techniques smudger brush, which is the softest. I love how soft this is for under the eye. I have some other smudger brushes and nothing beats how soft this one is. Too bad it was only available in a set. Really upset about that. Then under my eye, I'll go in with the shade Birch again to blend it out and smoke out the look, and to bring that yellow again since we lost it with using the other shade in the crease. Then I'll blend everything out again. And here is the eye look finished with my mascara on as well. Then exciting for the lips. Other funny story. Went to Italy hoping that some Christmas collections had come out. So one was the Hourglass palette, the other was Faced Gingerbread Everything. We got into the store the day before. We asked, we went to a few of them actually. Wasn't there, wasn't available. It had come out 3 weeks ago, I think, online and in store, and it had completely sold out, and they weren't getting a lot of restock. So yeah, I had almost given up on the gingerbread collection by Too Faced. And then, of course, while we were walking through, talking to the Hourglass people, looking at Fenty Beauty, they just literally took out of a box the Gingerbread Spice palette, the Gingerbread Girl and Man liquid lipsticks, and the little liquid lipstick set. We were all over the top, so happy about it, and all three of us purchased the Gingerbread Girl liquid lip. These are also the two friends of mine with whom I purchased in bulk the Gingerbread Man last year. It was just, we really loved that shade and we wanted the other one. I was really confused because the Gingerbread Girl comes in a package that has the shade on here of Gingerbread Man. What? Then I opened it and compared it to Gingerbread Man and Gingerbread Girl together. And if you look at them next to each other, you can see that the girl has the orange top and darker bottom product, and then the man, this is from last year, has the darker top and the orangey color in the lipstick. So they're, you see, complementary. They look really good. I love the packaging. I love them, the Gingerbread Man. So I was really excited to try on Gingerbread Girl. We had the girl swatch it for us because the testers were not out and only like 2 were out, but we caught her and she took out more for us. And it's not as dark and rosy as some swatches make it out to be. And here it is. It is a little bit darker and deeper than Gingerbread Man, a little bit less orange than Gingerbread Man, but it's still a beautiful warm-toned lipstick. Muted, I would say muted terracotta, darker terracotta type of shade. Again, these are the two next to each other and you can see the differences and they share the different tops. So if you're curious and you have the man, check the top color and that's actually really close to what you'll get if you get Gingerbread Girl. The smell is the same, the formula feels the same. I wore it once again and it didn't survive pizza. Then again, what survives pizza? Very few things in the makeup world, but I really like it and I was so excited that I managed to snatch it. So all of my list that I had made myself, it's like I had the on my phone list of things to get in Sephora. Actually, I picked everything up. What I did not pick up is the Fenty Beauty Unveiled, and that is because it was so gray. I swatched it. I had some other swatches from some L'Oreal lipsticks on, among which a brown, and the Fenty Beauty Brown is just very gray. It doesn't look very natural and it doesn't look very flattering, at least on my skin tone. I have quite light and warm skin tone and it really did not look very good. Actually, when I turned around to show my friends, they were like, "Whoa, Alice." So that was a no, unfortunately. I love the formula, but I'm gonna stick with my red one. And the nude was way too light for me. And the pink is just too, again, gray and not special for me. What else I bought at Sephora? I bought another one of the Sephora cream lip stains in the 42 Rosewood. I lost mine. I am pretty sure that while I was cycling home one day, it just bounced out of my purse because I haven't found it since that day, and at that day I had it with me because I was running around. I was wearing it. So very sad, but I picked this up. These are only 10 euros 90 in Italy, so very inexpensive. Great formula. I would absolutely recommend it. Then I received as sample the Maki Acai Prickly Pear and Goji Super Berry Hydrate and Glow Oil. This is a little sample. I'm excited. I love facial oils, so excited to try that. Then they gave me a Emporio Armani Because It's You perfume sample, which I smelled, I don't dislike. I'm getting back into scents. Don't get me started, that's my friend Julia's fault. She got me that beautiful, oh, I don't know if you can see it, Coach perfume there, and since then I'm back into the scent. I took my other perfume out. I only have 2. Such a good girl. I'm gonna finish those and then move on. And then also the Rouge d'Armani Matte number 400. I thought it was a perfume sample as well. Instead, it's a mini lipstick. Look at how cute that is. Ta-da! So I'm excited. I never tried an Armani lipstick and even less a red one. So very excited about that. So that was my Italian Sephora haul, and I hope you enjoyed this format with me trying it on. I had so many different products. Let me know if you want specific reviews or more comparisons with the palettes, whether it's the Hourglass or Sultry. Right here. I'm happy to do it. I just think it might be difficult for the Hourglass for you to actually see the effect, and redundant when it comes to the Sultry, but I'd be really happy to. What I am gonna do is swatch all of my similar shades to Gingerbread Girl together with Gingerbread Man and do some comparisons, and that will go up for sure on my blog and on Instagram when I have time for it, because I had trouble understanding the shade, and I love it. This is perfect. I love the shade. I love the look. In general, I was wearing something similar yesterday because I had all my new products on, and my husband didn't even notice I was wearing makeup on my face, which I think is great because he always picks out, oh, you have foundation on today, oh, your powder, oh, you're melting off, oh, it's breaking down off on your nose. He always notices. He's such a sweetie. And he didn't notice I even had that much. And then when I went to remove it, I was like, oh yeah, I have a lot of makeup on. So it all just goes to look more and more natural during the day. I love how the blush is actually very visible on me. I thought the nude one would not be. And so overall, I am over the top, over the moon for my Sephora purchases. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And I will see you soon in my next video. Bye guys!